Often at times people wonder or might question why adults reveal their abuse. In other words, are revealing the abuse that they have endured as a child, sexual abuse particularly. And today I want to discuss the reasons why it is important that we reveal. I say we as a sexual abuse survivor. It is actually paramount that we do reveal the abuse we endured as a child. Hi, I'm Toyin Okanuga. I'm the author of Hush to Raw. Hush to Raw, my memoir, is a story of love, childhood trauma, but most importantly, my recovery. So today I'll be talking to you about why adults need to reveal or disclose the abuse that they endured as a child. And this is part 3. I won't go into part 1 or part 2, but if you want to see the videos I recorded on why children don't disclose, you can get that one. Just have a look at that. These are vital topics. Or you can look at part 2 where I talk about the reasons why adults don't disclose. So please watch part 1 and part 2. This is part 3. So yes, I am the author of Hush to Raw. My memoir, Hush to Raw, became the #1 new release in 4 different categories. It was also a bestseller in October 2020. And today it's another brand colour wearing day where I say I raw. And yes, it's this topic about why adults need to reveal. And in part 4 and part 5, I will say how we can reveal, because I know it's a very sensitive topic or very sensitive issue to reveal. So I'm not minimizing the effects upon one revealing at all. That will be in another part. And I'll also reveal to you who sexually abused me. But today it's about why adults need to reveal. In fact, why I needed to reveal as well. So I won't go into telling you about me or who I am. You can check other videos out. I've got tons of them. See, please look at other Hush to Raw videos and you know who I am, what I've done, why I'm so into this sexual abuse topic. But a very teeny weeny bit about myself is to say that the reason this topic is ingrained in me is because from my personal story, I know the devastation that it causes and did cause in my life. And I'm just grateful that I didn't go all the way to places where a lot of people that we know go to, but I was this close to getting there. So I was sexually abused from the age of 12 until I turned 15 by a very close family member. And yes, it was the most devastating time of my life. And over the years, I had no idea. So just to be clear, the signs of the effect or the impact the sexual abuse had in my life on me, I had no idea. I didn't know it had any bearing, had any connection to what I endured as a child, my behaviour. I did not know until I started my research. So just to be clear on that, it's not like I knew all these. It was because of some irregularities, some inconsistencies of my behaviour to how I thought other people were behaving to me that I started my research. And I traced my steps back and realized, wow, so it could have an effect. And a lot of documentaries that I watched as well. So yes, why do adults need to reveal? There are a lot of reasons, and these, just to say again, I am not a doctor. I am studying cognitive psychology at the moment. I've studied quite a lot of courses in psychology, including Introduction to Cognitive Psychology. I've also studied mental health and young adults, as well as childhood adversity. And it's from my own personal story, but because I just know that this sexual abuse is like, it's a pandemic, it's an epidemic in our society. And the World Health Organization, who have also mentioned it several times, that this has to be tackled head on. And without stories from myself and others out there, we won't get to the bottom of it. We won't get to the actual devastation of what sexual abuse does to us and what it is doing to children that are going through it right now as I'm talking. It's actually, it's heartbreaking to feel that people are going through that right now, and we need to stop it. But first, we as adults who have gone through it, we need to come out so that people out there will know they are not alone. Yana, you are not alone. And it's so that we can create more voices for others. We need to come out, but most importantly, to heal. So why do we need to come out? First, we need to acknowledge the abuse and the damage it has caused. And when I say we need to acknowledge, I won't say that I did mine in steps, and I'm not saying that you should go and dig deep into the devastation, the actual abuse. No, not at all. But what I'm saying is that we need to acknowledge that something has happened. And the first thing is actually knowing how it's affecting you, but knowing how, or the signs to note whether that has affected you, is going to be in another video. I'm just going to focus on why. So acknowledging the abuse and how. If you just know that you have been abused, think about your behavior. There's a lot that this causes: self-destruction, self-criticism, low self-esteem. As I said, I had no idea that it was the abuse that was causing all these that I'm saying. I had, but externally people would not know. But when I retrieve into myself, which I hardly did because I didn't want to go there, I knew that my behavior was snappy, it was critical, it was, I had a lot of things going on. And from my research, it definitely had a lot to do with the sexual abuse I endured. So there's self-criticism, there's self-blame. These are the reasons why, because you have all these ingrained in you. And I'll tell you the most important reason why after. So just bear in mind, these are the things that we have suppressed and repressed. In the other videos, you'll see where I made the analogy of an iceberg, but I'm not going to go into that today. You can watch those videos to see how, as an adult, these are now going to be manifested in these ways because of what we have done to our emotions and other sort of like memories, so that we could get on with our day-to-day lives. But we're an adult now. We are no longer in danger. We need to come out and heal. So otherwise we will have that self-hate, we'll have self-blame. We will be perfectionists because we don't want to be seen to make mistakes. We will feel that what happened then, that shame, we don't want to be shamed again. So we will try and make things perfect. I've got the t-shirt for that. My friends out there would know that. Oh, Toyin the perfectionist. Actually, just to say, when I was in my secondary school, I was awarded the cleanest girl, the neatest girl in the school several times. But that was OCD. But they weren't to know this, were they? Because I was undergoing sexual abuse. I just wanted to be clean. I was awarded the prize of the neatest girl in the school, in my boarding school in Nigeria, because I wanted to be perfect, everything, and it drains you, perfectionism that is there. And then also, I've got my notes here just to keep it so that I don't go off track. You are always thinking you're neglected, self-neglect. You always feel, oh, no one loves you. You feel unlovable if you don't reveal and come out to know that you are uniquely crafted, you believe in you. All these will be there. And the reason why you also need to come out is because in the past you have suppressed those memories, and all those the hatred you have for the abuser, though you're not saying it, it's manifested in your behavior towards your partner, probably even towards your kids. We know people who they say repeat the abuse again to even there. It becomes generational, like a legacy burden, it's called. So these are reasons that if you don't come out and heal, be known to you, you are manifesting those behavior at work, with your partner, possibly with your kids, with other interactions, because you have not healed. So this is why. And then, as if all that's not enough, all the self-criticism, self-blame, the shame. I mean, shame is the number one reason why people don't come out, but it eats us up slowly. I can assure you, I've been there. When I was healing, I realized, but as if all those things are not enough, which are not sort of like proven, these other things I'm about to say are the main reason why you need to come out. These are scientifically proven things that I went through. And one is, you could have been undergoing unexplained physical ailments to your body. I had loads of operations that doctors couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. I've had a lot of operations, and it was because of the fact that I was sort of like, my stress hormones were elevated when I was being abused. After that, the anger, everything was causing my body. I was causing a dis-ease to my body, then causing disease. These are threatening to your body. So this is why once you come out, I had a trapped nerve from the back of my neck. You'll see in other videos I said, from the back of my neck all the way that ran down. And it was trapped from when I was young, because I would be tensed at night. I'd be tensed all the time. I was causing a dis-ease to my body. And it was there from when I was probably like a teenager all the way until recently. It was only when I went on stage on Her Story Day on the 1st and 2nd of February 2020 that I spoke for the first time and the trapped nerves released. So I got healed from speaking out. And that is not like hearsay, or I say it's a miracle. It's because I released the stress of all those that I had compounded in my body. So this is why you need to come out. Then sleep. Because obviously at night, that's when I got abused, I probably was only sleeping for 3 hours or 4. So I would say I had insomnia, which is, less sleep. If you don't come out and you relieve all your body, you will not have perfect sleep. You won't have a restful sleep. And then self-harm. We know even suicide. Just this year, I'm not going to name the person, but very sad to say, I know of few ladies who committed suicide because of the sexual abuse they endured. So they are all the reasons why we need to come out, to heal, and to let you know that everything that happened to you was not your fault, and you now want to heal yourself and help others. I'm not going to go into more scientific facts, but I can assure you, in recent years, I read that if you've been sexually abused, you're more prone to cancer. When I heard that, I thought, I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure I heal. I will climb mountains if I have to, because I'm doing it for me and for nobody else. Even if the backdrop of what I'm doing is to save children, I need to be healed first. So my lovelies out there, these are the reasons why you need to reveal, because you release the tensions in your body. I've had so many ailments as a result of compounding. I told no one until 11 years after my abuse, but it still stayed there. I'd only told one person. But when I started to say more and more, it relieved my body. I felt confident. I can now look at someone in the eye. I couldn't look at anyone in the eye. I feel no shame saying I was sexually abused. Why? Because I'm healed. In order to heal, guys, you have to reveal. Okay, so please stay up with me on this journey. I release videos weekly, and press that notification bell so you don't miss one from these vital videos. So yeah, and that is why we need to reveal. Please stay. I've got from next week it will be another part where I say how, because it has to be in stages, because I know it's dangerous if it's family or whatever. But yeah, please stay with me on this journey, guys. We will get better. We can't put this under the carpet for any longer. So remember, your inner child has a voice. Don't suppress it. Don't repress it. Let it roar. Thanks for watching. And oh yes, before I go, my Hush to Roar is the main baby. If you want to know a lot more about me, there are links below. There are ebooks for you to check out, the free ones, the links for where you can get help if you are struggling. I've put a lot of links for who you can reach out to. But read Hush to Roar. You'll see why this is so crucial for me. Bye for now.